Well, I was going to say, we're talking about young people f***ing them. Now, you're a lady. Leonardo DiCaprio, 25, and then cuts it off. We all know that.
Yeah.
And every woman is annoyed by that and hates it and calls him a creep. But can't he just be attracted to young women and not be an asshole?
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Please.
Because you said all women say this. Not all women, just the annoying ones.
I've heard a lot on the internet about him being a piece of shit.
Ones.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong. First of all, we don't know that he's breaking up with them.
We don't know. There's a pattern.
We don't, okay. But also, I just do believe, I have no, I'm not defending them, but child stars are stunted, I feel like.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he at least picked the right age. Look at Michael Jackson.
Oh.
He went to at least of age.
I think it just bothers women internally because they're older.
But don't you think that Michael Jackson, he became famous at 6, and then he only wanted to hang out with 6-year-olds?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Leo became famous at 14, right?
That's true. Yeah, I guess Basketball Diaries maybe, or Gilbert Grape.
So he's keeping it legal.
What I'm saying is Gilbert Grape was a documentary. I don't, honestly, I always thought it struck me, allegedly, as just a little gay.
Gay.
Well, you know what it is? It's when you see a guy date the same girl over, this is what straight men do, right? That's kind of what it feels like to me. But honestly, as long as it's of age, who gives a shit?
But my point is, if these women, a 23-year-old woman, became a CEO of some company, everybody would go, good for this. Whoa, wow, look how young the CEO is. She's a brilliant woman.
Would they? No, they'd be like, fuck her. She must have conned her way to the top.
I think women would be proud of her. There'd be a push for women. Wow, a young female CEO. They wouldn't go, hey, her frontal brain isn't finished. But when Leo dates her, her frontal cortex is undeveloped or whatever it is. So how come CEO okay, HPV not okay?
I'm too dumb to follow what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, what if he started dating one of those Down syndrome models? What do people say then?
Yeah,
is he a hero or is he a predator?
Yeah, that's true.
Why? Okay.
I'd go downs on her.
Okay, you at 14 years old, he believably sucked a dick for drugs in a bathroom.
That's true.
Let him date a model. I don't, you know what I mean? Something's off if you're that good of an actor.
Right.
Something's off. He is so talented, this guy. There's just something to me about, he made, not Inception. Yeah, Inception, right? Revenant. He made all these great movies. Howard Hughes. And we're
Ellen Page played a woman in that movie. So there was a lot of great acting going around.
That's true.
I don't like who he dates. Okay. I don't like that you spend your life complaining about a millionaire.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's kind of cool. I don't think he wants to talk to you either.
Is it legal? Then it's kind of
it is legal.
Yeah, so kind of who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Wow, we got Giselle at 18. What a fucking hero.
You see?
My God.
It's always weird when you get them right at 18.
Yeah, and one thing else.
Feels like you're waiting around.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, I remember, I think it was John Mayer, who's kind of into comedy,
Yes.
John, he was coming around.
He's tried it.
I'm trying to not
shit on him.
Name drop. Hilarious how you filled that in. But he was saying something about, I was you're married, thank God now,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And you are,
I'm not,
but you're in a good place because once you get famous, any woman, any guy, every guy that I've dated until now, thank God the guy that I'm dating, I didn't know that he was that famous when I met him. I truly didn't know. Because his body is so husky, I didn't realize he was
she's with Usher.
A big skater. And so there's something about when people don't even know they're doing it. When you're a little bit famous, it intoxicates them, whatever. Every guy I've dated in the past 10 years, they're a lawyer, they're a doctor. We start dating, they want to start a podcast. They should be stand up. And it's just sort of was that because but there must have been something in the back of their mind. So John Mayer once was saying, I was why do you only date famous women? You know what I mean? I was giving him shit about it.
Yeah.
Because a woman that's not famous wants to be famous that's why so many famous guys date bottle service girls, because they already have they already have to come talk to you.
Right.
They're not seeking you out in the club. You never hook up with just the girl who's hey, hey, hi, that's John.
That makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? So it's also
Mark and I frequented a nightclub, so yes, we do know what you mean.
But Leonardo DiCaprio's so famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he basically just every year is what is he going to get on Hinge?
Right.
Is he going to get on Farmers Only? He just has to go to the Victoria's Secret fashion show and be her. That's his dating app.
And these John Mayers, they go on Hinge, they start talking to a girl, she posts their conversation because she's got nothing to lose, so she gets to be
he was toxic, he gaslit me.
Yes.
I feel the Victoria's Secret models know the deal.
They know the deal.
And they're I get to date Leonardo DiCaprio for 2 years. No one gets hurt.
Exactly. Good point. Good
point. I don't know.
I think he got something there.
Every now and then.
And it probably helps your careir if you're a young model and you
Yes.
you're probably getting more work after.
Yeah,
That's a good
Look, One
point.
of his girlfriends is right here behind.
This is Ally McBeal.
And that's Winnie right there, unfortunately.
Oh, she had a good run.